What's up, AMS family? Lucas here. I got my boy Max Smith,
Hey,
graduating senior, and we are back on the hot seat. Hey, the reason we're doing this is we want a chance to celebrate one of our great seniors, which is you, Matt. Congratulations again. We hope this gives Mac a chance to just reflect on his senior year and to celebrate that and to, just kind of be able to have some good feels around his time in the student ministry program. And then we also selfishly hope that this is helpful. I know Mac would hope this. I would hope this, that this time would be helpful for just others of you or that are watching as well, that it may be encouraging or that it may lead for you to want to plug into not only AMS student ministry program, but just a student ministry program and be a part of a faith community. And so, but again, this is the hot seat. So we're eating some hot wings. Mac, what do you have there?
I have 12 jumbo buffalo wings from Loyal Q.
Yeah.
I'm looking really forward to getting into the flats here because the flats are better than the drumsticks. I'm just going to throw that out there.
You're a flats guy, huh?
Yeah, big flats guy.
Flats guy. Do you got fries or getting sides or anything?
I got some fries, but I've already been digging into those pretty hard. And then
The fries are gone.
I mean, you got to eat them while they're hot, and then they're just gone.
That's a good call. All right, so Matt's got some Loyal Q barbecue. So I went with, I got some Wild Wing Cafe. I used to frequent their wing buffet at a heavier period of my life. But it's fantastic. They have a wing buffet every day for like $10.99. And so when I thought of wings, I was like, I should get some Wild Wing Cafe. And so here's the deal. I got, I think I have the Gold Rush wings, but I'm really excited to try. I got the Italian wings.
They have Italian wings.
I don't know what that means, but I love Italian food. But I will go ahead and say to the viewers out there that each of the Italian wings is 378 calories a piece. Compared to the Gold Rush, which is like 120 calories a piece, the Italian wings. So I don't know if they have like salami wrapped around them or like pepperoni infused in. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited to try. And I went fancy today. Instead of a side order of fries, I got a side order of cheese sticks.
Wow!
If you're already having 2,000 calories for 6 Italian wings, what's the order of cheese sticks? That's what I'm eating. Shout out to Wild Wing Cafe. And so we're just gonna have a conversation as we eat, just around Mac's time in student ministry. I have been Mac's student minister for about 2.5 years. And so there was quite a few years there that I wasn't. And so I'm excited to hear just stories and things and excited to have this conversation. So let's jump in. So Mac, let's go back to day one just kind of around day one. Again, I wasn't here, but I'd love to hear, what is your first memory? And we call it Alpharetta Methodist students, but at that time it was the Roots Student Ministry. So what was your first memory of the student ministry at Alpharetta Methodist Church?
So I remember back to the game room and having a pool table in the game room. And my first, probably somewhere in my first week, I met Jack Muehlbauer, and he bought me a root beer from a vending machine we had at the time. And he became like the coolest kid ever. And it was just having somebody as an upperclassman just kind of reach out to you and, kind of talk to you and just having somebody above you just kind of mentor you. And he's done that throughout the years. He's been a great friend to me. And, just all started from playing a couple games of pool where he absolutely killed me because I didn't really know what I was doing.
So he killed you in pool, but then bought you a root beer.
Yes, he was nice enough to do that.
I mean, I can respect that. Like, I'm the kind of guy, I'm going to beat you, let's be honest, in any sport that we play. Not just you, that's any of the viewers. Challenge me in anything, I'm ready. At any
Who won at Topgolf?
Well, that wasn't an official I had to watch, Jen hit golf balls. That kind of brought my game down. But anyways, he beat you, but then he built you back up with a nice, lovely root beer.
Mm-hmm.
How fun is that? That's awesome. Yeah. I love that. And I imagine that'll be a theme throughout this conversation is just community. And it was in some of the other talks we've had as well, but I love that. So let's stick on the memory theme. So what's What would you say is one of your funniest memories from just your time in the student ministry, or a funny memory from your time in student ministry?
I think back to a couple just great summer retreats I've had where like I've had Turner Lee, who was like my student minister probably 6th, 7th grade year.
Hmm.
He sang Don't Stop Believin'. He had like a full on tux on. He had like a afro on. It was awesome.
Wow.
It was really good. It's just a fun time because, you know, you hear Don't Stop Believin', you can't not dance to it. And then I think back to Michael Pratt's dance routine where he got us all energized in the morning. I remember setting up Enos on like a little porch and having the porch almost fall in on us, and that was great. But it's all okay. We didn't break anything. It just got close. I just think about the bus rides there, back, you know, all the crazy people, all the fun times. And it's just been a journey.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, just using the name Michael Pratt, I mean, that's a journey within itself. And so, yeah, I've just recently learned of these Michael Pratt dance routines, like warm-up routines. And so, Michael, if you're watching, like, I need you to record those and send those to me. I'm intrigued because obviously I'm a huge Michael Pratt guy, but I did not know about these. And so, yeah, so that's awesome. Some funny, I mean, Don't Stop Believing, especially the wig on. That's going to be funny every time. I mean, life-changing as well, because what a song. Top line song, but that's awesome. I love that. Those trips are so special, and just those opportunities to connect and to be away with people are just so special. So I got a unique question for you. And so who are some people from your time in the student ministry? And this can be anybody. It can be fellow students, leaders, pastors, youth pastors. Who are some people that you would just like to say thank you to? And obviously the reason I'm asking you this is if you're saying thank you to them, they meant something to you. And it's not that the people you don't say thank you to didn't mean something to you, but just who are some people that come to your mind when you want to say thanks as you look back over these last 6-7 years?
First one that honestly comes to mind is you and Andrew. Like, y'all stepped in at a time in my life where, you know, I was like trying to follow God, but, you know, wasn't, you know, full on like committed. And now I'm glad to say I'm full on committed. And it's just been a great journey for me with y'all. And I'm just happy to have y'all first.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
A couple just students that's been like really impactful over the years. Brendan Payne kind of was like one of the guys that really just pushed me and, you know, made me like, he was a mentor to me. I looked up to him for almost everything I knew. Jack Milbauer, another great student. He was just like, you know, a guy I could hang with, a guy who made me just feel comfortable, who made me feel like I could be outgoing, who I could, you know, just trust and talk to.
That's the root beer kid, right?
Root beer kid, yes.
Got it.
And then I'd probably say the last one is just Jackson Frizzell. I mean, you know, sometimes you got to have somebody that's been there all the way through it with you. And
absolutely,
you know, through all the different leaders we've had, all the crazy situations, he's been there. And I'm thankful to him for being a senior with me.
100%. That's awesome. I love that. I love that. Obviously that I've got to walk with you and that other great leaders have gotten to walk with you. I love that there's been students that you felt, man, have not only connected with you and had fun with you, like we've laughed and we've played, but also pushed you and challenged you. I think that's so awesome, just the idea of mutual encouragement. I love that so much. So now obviously we do student ministry and we do these environments to connect and be a family, but also to go deeper in our wisdom of our Father and our knowledge of our Father and to grow in relationship with Him. So what's something you've learned about God during your time in the student ministry program in Alpharetta Methodist?
So the main thing for me has just always been, you know, in high school, you kind of want to like segment your time to things. It's almost like, you know, okay, on Sundays I go to church. On Mondays I have school and maybe practice. And, you know, just like breaking down the barrier of setting up times for God. I think that's been like the main thing I've had to learn because like it used to be, you know, you could just like Sunday nights were my nights for, you know, devotion and, you know, learning and just breaking down that barrier and saying, you know, I'm not just, Christian for this one night a week. I'm not Christian for just, Sunday morning or Sunday night, and just being like, I need to be fully committed each day of my week.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a huge lesson, because obviously, we see a lot of scripture that God's our ever-present help. He's not just this lifeline for us 2 hours a week for youth group, or even just on Sunday if we do Sunday morning stuff and Sunday night stuff. But no, he's like, hey, we're doing life together. We're not just doing an event together. We're not just doing one conversation together. Like, we're doing life together. And I'm able to sustain you, through your life, through the real stuff, not through this kind of singular environment where everything's kind of controlled. So that's huge. That's awesome. I love that so much. And I just love it, because if you're watching out there, here's the thing, like Max, circumstances are about to completely change when he goes to school. Like, he's no longer going to come hang out with us every Sunday night. He's welcome to, but I'll probably, make fun of him because that's a long drive. But his circumstances are going to change. And so the lesson of that, God is with you always, no matter wherever your feet are, that's where your relationship with God is. And that's where you're growing and learning and walking with him. And so, so Max's feet are going to be on different ground in the fall, but he still has the same God that's with him. He still has the same God encouraging him. And that's really powerful. I love that so much. So now let me ask you, what would you say to a student just beginning their time in the student ministry? And so this could be, a sixth grader that's just going in the fall. Maybe somebody just stumbled upon this video because a friend shared it. Maybe it's a confirmation student who just went through confirmation and now are a member of the church, but has never necessarily went to the youth group. What would you say to a student just beginning their time in the student ministry about what they have to look forward to?
I mean, for me, it's always been about the people I've, gotten to meet over the years, and the people I've been able to connect with, the people I've been able to grow deeper with to God. And for me, it's just always been about, coming back together, because, you can't walk to Christ alone. You can't, sure, you can read as many books as you want. You can know the Bible front to cover, but if, you're being a true disciple, you're called to go out and meet other people. And so, I just always thought I could sit back and, be my own person, I knew all the scriptures at one point. I was, as Jesus-y as I could be, but I missed the entire point, because I was working for myself and not for the good of other people. And what it comes down to for me is just if you want to be a part of the youth group, if you want to be, just connected to Jesus, it's all about just, being in community with other people. I'm not saying you have to talk to every single person in the room. You don't need to, have a lifelong friendship with everyone. I'm saying, you need to have core people that will hold you to those values, that will keep you, connected to God when you may not want to come one week. They'll still encourage you for the next week, and, just find ways to keep you going.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. So how would you describe, just thinking out loud, so what would be some qualities of the people at the church? So not necessarily, hey, they're believers or not believers, or they're good and the others are bad, but you're around a lot of people on a sports team. You play golf and you did things like that in high school. You're around people in your classrooms. You're around people in your neighborhood at the pool all summer. What would make the people that you interact with, within a faith community, different than all those other people? Why would it be valuable to spend your time there? Or why could it be valuable to spend your time there as opposed to, all the other outlets? Yeah.
So
yeah.
For me, it's always just been about, who are you placing around you? Who's influencing you? And so, sure, I've had some of the best friends I've had through cross country, which has been one of my rocks over the last 4 years of high school. But, those people also, make some choices that I don't agree with. And, those choices I'm not going to follow with, but I'm going to stay true to the values I have that have been built up for years by, the church, by my parents, by other people around me who have just influenced my belief, I guess. But just thinking about the people at church, it's all about mindset. Sure, you can have bad days and, days where you're not feeling like yourself, feeling kind of sad, feeling kind of down. You're not called to be, happy all the time, but you have eternal happiness through, him. And even if you do feel down a couple days, you also have that family to return to. Those people won't leave you dry. If you're calling on a friend and that friend, really is there for you, then I would put my faith in somebody who follows Jesus with me 20 times more than somebody who, I see once a week at school or just is in one of my classes.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you for that. And yeah, I mean, it's just so powerful to be around people who are, even if they're not like you in terms of what school you go to and sort of what interests you have, like sports wise or after school activities wise, but just to be around people who can spur you on in your faith growth. And in the, like you said, you use the word values, and I love that. Have people that have the same values as you so you can mutually encourage with one another and to walk with each other. Even if you don't see those people every day, but you have the ability to text them, you have the ability to go on trips with them and to see them on Sunday nights, just to be mutually encouraged. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that so much. And so, so this has been awesome. The last question we have for you is just, all right, Mac, so what's your plans for next year and just kind of in the near future? What you got going on?
So I'm going to Stanford next year, Birmingham, Alabama, getting that Alabama education on,
Oh, baby.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited. The people seem amazing. I'm just super excited to just go in community with a whole new group of people. I'm just looking forward to, I'm gonna keep trying to lead there. I know I'm gonna be a freshman, but that shouldn't stop me from trying to lead as much as I can. I'm gonna be looking around, just trying to lead, trying to get to know people, trying to reach myself out for the next year.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. Stanford University, go Bulldogs. It's a beautiful school. It's gonna be a fun spot. So all of us here, not only within the student ministry, but within Alpharetta Methodist, are cheering you on. We're celebrating you today. We can't wait to see what God does with you in your future. And so just in conclusion, everybody, again, Matt, we wish you all the best. AFUMC is always here for you. Thank you for this time today. And we give a special shout out to Loyal Q Barbecue and Wild Wing Cafe, the unofficial sponsors of this conversation. I forgot to give love to my Braves cup earlier, so I got my Braves cup.
United.
Yeah, okay, go United. So, we're repping our sports teams today, as always. So shout out to those fine restaurants. Thank you for providing this meal. We paid for it. I'm not going to act like they gave it to us for free, but we're still thankful. Our bellies are thankful. And our hearts are full. We're thankful for Mac. We're thankful for, the Father and what he's doing through his church, and we believe in the church. And so, all right. So, so thank you, everybody, for checking this out. We will see you all soon. Thanks, Mac.
Thank you, Lucas.